Welcome back into the McPherson College Sports Center as we have the second leg of our KCAC doubleheader here tonight between McPherson and Southwestern as the McPherson College men trying to get back to 500 in KCAC play and the Southwestern College men try for their first win in KCAC play. Hi, everybody. Again, Jim Joyner joining you here alongside the most popular man in McPherson, Steve Selm. Steve, we were talking about 5 minutes ago that nobody heard it because our audio and our video were not up yet. Okay. But it was the greatest conversation we've ever had discussing this Southwestern team.
Yeah, and what we were discussing is this is the best 0-3 team you'll ever see in any conference. Remember, Southwestern only lost 4 games all of last year, but they've lost 3 games, all very close, all the good teams, and you just hope tonight is the night, if you're a Bulldog fan, that Southwestern breaks out of it, and if you're a Mound Builder fan, you hope this is the night that they break the door down. They can really shoot the 3. They can really score. They're averaging just under 100 points a game. They have scored 153 in a game.
That's right.
They love to get up and down the floor. So do the Bulldogs. We could see a lot of points, and hopefully the Bulldogs can continue the three-point shooting that started down at Friends. They were 10 out of 20 from 3 after being 9 of 40, I believe, their game before.
And lost 74-72 against the Falcons. Here are the starters for the McPherson College Bulldogs. First is Dorian Page, a 5'8 senior out of Tucson, Arizona, averaging 7 points per game and 3 rebounds per game, coming off of a 15-6-5 performance on Wednesday in Wichita. Second, Lual Magat, 6'5 senior out of Tucson, Arizona, 12 points per game and 9 rebounds per game for the senior. Third will be Fred Watts, a 6'3 junior out of Channelview, Texas, and Channelview High School. 15 points per game and 8 rebounds per game for Fred Watts. 21-6-2 on Wednesday at Friends. Cameron Jenkins, a 6'1 junior out of Eminence, Kentucky. 11 points per game and 2 rebounds per game for the transfer from Iowa Central. And Delvon Hightower, 6'3 senior out of Bakersfield, California. 11 points per game and 4 rebounds for the senior transfer from West Hills Community College.
And I know the guy the Bulldogs really want to get going is Cameron Jenkins. He was their top incoming player this year. Got off to a real good start, had a 21-point game early. Had a couple of games of back-to-back 5 3-pointers in a game. But since conference play has started, he has kind of struggled from the field, but he's too good a shooter to keep struggling. This might be his breakout night.
The Builders, Andrew Ham, Justin Criddle, Ahmad Pratt, Lorenzo Martinez, and Troy Baker, the 5 starters, as something's got to give tonight. Southwestern trying for its first conference win, and the McPherson College Bulldogs trying to get back to 500 and pick up their first win over this team in quite some time.
And the Bulldogs will be giving a lot of size away tonight. Watch for Criddle. He averages 20 points a game for Southwestern.
Going up and winning this opening tip is Troy Baker for Southwestern, the 6'7 junior from here in the Sunflower State, a product of Mays High School, the former Eagle. Here's Justin Criddle, guy we'll say his name a ton in this game. He has 20 points per game coming in to go along with 10 assists per game. Trying the long 2 there is Andrew Ham, and an offensive rebound on the miss by Troy Baker. Justin Criddle back out to Baker, and they'll swing it around to the left wing for Ahmad Pratt. Southwestern won here in McPherson last year, 91-87. Criddle works in off the glass, no. Rebound by Dorian Page. And there will be a loose ball foul on the rebound on Lual Magat, his first team first.
And Troy Baker is 6'7 and maybe 185 pounds, but man, he can get up. He may be the best defensive inside guy in the KCAC.
Andrew Ham takes the inbounds and passes up top for Ahmad Pratt. Justin Criddle, the former Butler County Grizzly, now a Travelon Southwestern. Justin Criddle, a terrific high school player for the Paola Panthers up in northeast Kansas. He then made his way to Butler County Community College, and it says that he is listed from Lawrence, which is not really that close to Paola in terms of, oh, he's from Lawrence but went to Paola. No, not really, but I don't know how that worked. But a terrific high school player, terrific player at Butler County and having a great year. 20 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, and 10 assists per game. Dorian Page works off the double team. Page from the baseline. That won't go. Rebound secured underneath by Lual Magat, but he was on the baseline, and the ball goes back to the Builders.
And Dorian Page, the last 2 games, has really picked it up for the Bulldogs. He's averaging 15.5 over those last 2 games.
And it's brought his average up to 7 points per game so far this season. Andrew Ham passes to Troy Baker. Back up top, Criddle. Swinging it around to Ham with 2 M's, not just 1. Not like the meat that you'll be eating next Thursday. Troy Baker pumps from 3. Rolls the pass back to Lorenzo Martinez on the baseline. Martinez misses the bunny, and a rebound for Lual Magat. Here comes Delvon Hightower. Hightower trying to dump it inside for Fred Watts, but instead gives it off Jenkins. Drives in, kicks out. Delvon a 3. This one spins in and out. Rebound Troy Baker.
That ball was all the way down and came back out. Southwestern wants to run.
Ham misses the bunny. Rebound tipped out by Cameron Jenkins and grabbed by Fred Watts. Delvon Hightower up the floor to Lual Magat, who was cutting to the basket. Magat in the lane, gets rid of it. A lot of contact inside. Ball out of bounds off of Southwestern, and the Bulldogs keep it.
Yeah, and Lual is going to need to keep calm because he's kind of getting fired up in there. He's been fouled a couple times that haven't been called, and he's getting a little excited in there.
Delvon Hightower takes the inbounds. 2 minutes gone, no score. Cameron Jenkins drives in and gets rejected by Ahmad Pratt. Well, I think that Cameron Jenkins will not try that layup again.
Well, Ahmad Pratt is listed at 6'8", and he has got the arm span of about a guy 7'3".
Cameron Jenkins passes up top for Delvon Hightower, pumps, dishes back to Fred Watts, but the pass came in too quickly. 5 to shoot. Fred Watts from the parking lot banks it home. Bang for Fred Watts, who kisses it off the glass for the first basket of the game.
That 22-footer, he shot about 24 feet, but the last 2 smashed into the backboard.
Justin Criddle works around a screen, being defended by Dorian Page. Dorian with his work cut out for him tonight. 3 ball by Troy Baker, no good. Ahmad Pratt with a rebound, but loses it. Gets it back to Delvon Hightower, and a foul will be called underneath. I couldn't tell if it'll go on Baker or if it'll go on Martinez. It said it'll actually go on Ahmad Pratt. Picks up his first team foul, number 1.
Now Quentin Wallace, a 6'6" junior out of Richland College in the game. Southwestern just can bring big body after big body. You look at their roster, 6'9", 6'8", 6'9", 6'7", 6'6". The Bulldogs' 2 biggest guys are 6'5".
It's a very differently proportioned team.
Definitely.
We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Dorian Page dribbles to his right. Delvon Hightower up top. They'll try the lob to the back door. Delvon Hightower rises and lays it in off the glass. 5-0 Bulldogs, 3 minutes in. The Builders have missed a couple of easy ones in this game to prevent them from getting on the scoreboard. Back to Ahmad Pratt. Drives the baseline. Back up top, Justin Criddle. Dorian Page pokes it free. Criddle keeps the dribble alive. Criddle gets the mismatch. Pulls up, elbow jumper, no good. Rebound grabbed by Fred Watts. Bulldogs trying to take a 3-possession lead to start the game. Delvon Hightower. Back to Cameron Jenkins. Pumps, drives in, loses it on his way up and out of bounds. It will be Bulldog basketball, and I don't know how we've made it this far, Steve, without talking about former Southwestern College mound builder Cameron Hunt and the unbelievable season that he had last year.
Well, he's one of the 5 best players I've ever seen. I've been covering KCAC for 40 years. He's one of the 5 best I have ever seen in this conference.
We'll talk about him more in a little bit. Dorian Page knocks down a 3 from the corner, and a timeout taken by Coach Matt O'Brien as the Builders just cannot get anything going offensively. 8-0 Bulldogs with 16-17 left to go here in this first half. This gives us a little opportunity to talk about Cameron Hunt, Steve, and the terrific career that he had. In his career, he scored 2,865 points at Southwestern. And just last year, he scored over 1,000 points.
I just wonder where his 2,800, whatever points he had in his career, I wonder where that ranks in NAIA history, because he averaged over 30 a game last year. I think he was over 25 his junior year. He was a guy that was hardly recruited out of high school. He grew
from Duncanville, Texas.
He grew about 3 or 4 inches, and he's a left-handed guy now. I think he's over in Germany.
He only averaged 40 points per game against the Bulldogs last year in 2 wins.
Not bad.
Only. And he could have scored 80 in about any game he wanted to play.
And it seems like the Bulldogs have really made a commitment tonight to guarding the basketball.
Justin Criddle dribbles in and nearly throws it out of bounds. Troy Baker passes up top for Ahmad Pratt with 3 to shoot. Pratt turns it over. Stolen by Fred Watts and back into the hands of Dorian Page. Up the floor, Luau Magat spinning in. Little fadeaway from 15. Yes, sir. Luau Magat with a teardrop. It's a 10-0 lead. Up the floor, and the layup is good underneath. Steve, I didn't see who it was.
Number 2, and that is
Andrew Ham.
Ham.
Coach Eskildson was in front of me.
He was
so
in front of me, too.
So I couldn't see.
But I did see the 2 go right by me. So
Dorian Page dishes off Delvon Hightower. Hightower gives off Luau Magat, 15-footer from the elbow, no good. And Troy Baker skies for the rebound.
Yeah, Luau trying to draw. Thought he got fouled. We're going to see Josh Rivers in a moment for McPherson College.
Andrew Ham dumps it into the lane. Quentin Wallace backing his way in, left-handed layup. Quentin Wallace, too easy for the junior from Clarksville.
You figured at some point, Southwestern has got such a height advantage, you figured at some point they're going to start working the ball inside.
10-4 Bulldogs, 14:47 left to go first half. Fred Watts to the left wing. Dorian Page takes it in, somehow gets a shot up but too strong. Rebound pulled down by Justin Criddle. Troy Baker tried to drive in and loses it on the way up. If it wouldn't have been for that turnover, might have been a big-time dunk.
And we see quite a line change for both teams. The pace has been quite frenetic. And a guy we talked about that didn't make it on the air when we were talking, Noah Webster, played at Buhler. He's got a chance to be one of the top newcomers in the KCAC. He doesn't start, but he's like a 6th starter for him because he can really score the basketball.
Jaron White and Darius Johnson also just checked into the game for Southwestern. Josh Rivers, Grant Munson in. Cameron Jenkins, free throw line jumper is good. Cameron Jenkins with the J makes it 12-4.
And we talked about Cameron Jenkins. This is the guy they really got to get going. He's a fantastic shooter, but he just hasn't done it the last few games.
Well, we say they got to get it going. He's still scoring 11 points per game, and now they will call a block on Cameron Jenkins.
Yeah, he kind of put his shoulder in, so Mark Wagers on the call. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of football teams would like to have a guy with Mark Wagers' forearms and shoulders. He is one big dude.
What about biceps?
Yeah, that officiates.
Quentin Wallace takes the inbounds over to Noah Webster. Like Steve mentioned, former Buhler Crusader, also former Barton County player.
Got to think Southwestern's got to get the ball inside as big as they are.
Johnson drives in. Shot is blocked by Fred Watson. A strong rebound as well. Up the floor, here's Josh Rivers. Rivers into the corner for Grant Munson, former Manhattan High Indian. Delvon Hightower in the corner being defended by Johnson. Fred Watts, how about a 3 from the top? No. And a rebound by Andrew Ham.
And Fred's been on an incredible roll the last couple games.
Wallace, nice defense, Grant Munson, as he swallows the basketball. Cameron Jenkins, pull-up 3 in transition, no. Somehow grabbing the rebound underneath, can't finish, Fred Watts. Grant Munson keeps it alive into the corner. Munson drives the baseline, lowers his shoulder, but his toes were on the line.
I'll tell you, you got to love, if you're a McPherson College fan, how hard the Bulldogs are playing. They're probably out-talented on the floor at Southwestern. Southwestern has incredible talent. How they're 0-3. Matt O'Brien was just kind of shaking his head when I talked to him before the game. Of course, Matt O'Brien, the former coach here in McPherson at Central Christian College, he just said we've just played teams when they were really hot, and he says we're still trying to figure a couple things out.
12-4 Bulldogs. Andrew Ham, there's a 3, and that one's good. Southwestern makes its first 3. Andrew Ham with 5 of the 7 for the Mound Builders here early.
And they can really shoot the 3.
Grant Munson pumps and dishes back to Fred Watts. So far in the year, they're 38% from 3. Gage McCoy into the game as well for the Bulldogs. Fred Watts gives off Cameron Jenkins. Jenkins tries a 3 from the top. That's no good. And a rebound underneath by Lorenzo Martinez. Darius Johnson nearly has his pocket pick. Johnson tries a floater from inside the lane. No good. Rebound, Gage McCoy.
Yeah, that's a really bad shot there. He just went in crazy and threw it up there.
Josh Rivers works around a screen. Back to McCoy. He's not afraid to shoot the 3. He's already taken 14 in his first 2 games. Turnaround shot, no good. Rebound, Darius Johnson. Johnson gets it back into the hands of Noah Webster. And Noah Webster probably told some of these Southwestern guys, McPherson's not an easy place to play, knowing his experience from being at Buhler and never beating the McPherson High School Bullpups. Josh Rivers running. Rivers floats up, can't get the roll. Rebound Southwestern. Here's Darius Johnson and a block called on Cameron Jenkins. That's his second foul.
What an amazing move by Rivers, but he worked so hard to get to the basket, he just didn't finish. And got some Bulldogs that are really huffing and puffing. They're coming to the bench. Shelvin into the game for the first time. We didn't see much of him, I don't think, the last time we were doing the game.
Yeah, he did not score against Tabor, but is still off to a terrific start this
Averaged
season.
Almost double figures.
And 9 points per game, sophomore from Pearland, Texas. Webster spins around, shot misses way short, might have been deflected. Offensive rebound, Southwestern. Criddle drives in and floats up a shot, but is fouled. That is on Josh Rivers, his first team foul, number 4 on the Bulldogs. And if you're looking at guys you want to keep off of the scoreboard, Justin Criddle certainly one of those. He has not scored yet.
And Dayton McGrody into the game, and we remember him from Dodge City a few years back.
Senior from Dodge City. Not only Dodge City High School, but also the community college, and the former Red Demon. McCoy forces the turnover. Shelvin pulls up in traffic from 2, can't get the roll. Munson fighting for it underneath, and secured by Lorenzo Martinez.
Munson got hit in the face, too, and man, that guy has had tough luck, it seems like.
Justin Criddle passes into the corner. Trying to move some offense was Jaron White, senior from San Antonio. Criddle now drives to the basket. Criddle gives it off. Martinez misses the bunny. Martinez gets it back and scores.
Martinez is 6'9", a redshirt, and he is taking up a lot of space out there.
The senior from Fairfield, California. Grant Munson passes out to Josh Rivers. 12-9 Bulldogs and a low scoring first half so far.
Bulldogs with just one basket in the last 5 minutes.
Josh Rivers with 7 to shoot. Rivers bumped.
Got
and they'll
bailed
get
out.
bailed out.
Yep. Good move by Rivers to draw that foul. He got the big man on him and caused the mismatch, and all they could do was foul.
Lorenzo Martinez with his first, team foul number 2. Builders will go to the bench. Troy Baker and Ahmad Pratt come in. Lorenzo Martinez and Noah Webster come out.
It's been a game of streaks. The Bulldogs scored the first 10. Southwestern 9 of the last 12.
So fresh 20 to shoot. Trevon Shelvin from downtown. And he misses this one, and a rebound into the corner for Jaron White. Criddle runs the floor, back to Pratt on the wing. Gives it off to a cutting Dayton McGrorty. Now to Criddle. Pratt crosses over, drives in. Great defense by Grant Munson, and a rebound for Lual Magat.
Tell you, Grant Munson's just playing incredible defense all year. He's really embraced that role.
Munson pumps, passes into the corner for Rivers. Rivers works around a Munson screen, out to Lual Magat. Bobbled it for a moment. Passes at Shelvin.
Got away with a double.
Munson rips in, floater no, and a rebound for Ahmad Pratt. Neither of these teams are putting on a shooting clinic.
5 of 18 for the
Justin
Bulldogs.
Criddle now loses it, dives to the floor to keep it alive, passes somehow to Ahmad Pratt, lobs it to the backside. Troy Baker misses the bunny. Lual Magat with a rebound. Up the floor, Gage McCoy. McCoy back to Josh Rivers, pumps for 3. And they'll settle in with 9:10 to go in the first half. 12-9 Bulldogs. Shelvin to Magat. Magat contact, throws up a shot and will go to the line for 2.
It's almost like both teams are trying to play too fast. They're rushing things. They're just not getting. Bulldogs have made one basket in the last 6 minutes.
So Lual Magat will try a couple of free throws here. The senior from Tucson, Arizona, makes the first.
And at times, Lual, he can get in a real rhythm at the line. We've seen him. There's been some games he's made like 9 of 9 or 10 of 10. Into the game, Miles McCrary. Now, he was a real spark down at Friends on Wednesday. I think he had something like 9 points. And
he did have 9, which is a season and obviously career high as a freshman. Lual Magat's second free throw, no good, and a rebound for McGrorty. Criddle. Now they'll swing it to Pratt. They forget about McGroarty. Open three, good.
And that's what he can do. That's what he's on the floor for, and the Bulldogs lost him.
Bulldogs still lead by one, 13-12, 8:40 to go first half. McCrary's pass is deflected, ends up right in the lap of Gage McCoy. That three won't go. Offensive rebound, though. Dorian Page drives in. Shot's no good. Here comes McGroarty into a 3-on-2. Kicking out Criddle. Pumps. Dumps it off underneath. Back up top. Now to the right wing for Criddle. Criddle crossing over, spinning, passing into the corner. Ahmad Pratt, a three for the lead. Spins in and out. Rebound, Gage McCoy keeps it alive. 13-12. Lobs it backside. McCrary trying to run in transition but can't finish. Fouled. And will go to the free throw line for two. Foul is on Ahmad Pratt, his second.
Again, one basket in the last 7 minutes after the Bulldogs had that incredible start where they got out to a 10-0 lead. 7 minutes, one basket.
McCrary, 67% from the line so far this season, 6 out of 9.
Oh, this pace has just been frenetic.
Freshman from Arlington, Texas, knocks down the first.
And I know Ryan Swinson that lives down in Texas. Her dad, Carol Swinson, the longtime SID. She knows Miles McCrary personally. Apparently, I think he played at the high school in her home, in the town that she lives in, and she speaks very highly of the young man.
Second one is good for Miles McCrary. Yeah, Carol Swinson, the McPherson College man of legend.
Oh, he is the man, the myth, the legend.
His grandson and McCrary both went to high school together at Grace Prep. 15-12 Bulldogs. Criddle nearly travels. Ahmad Pratt whips a pass into the corner. McGroarty now tries to pass one to Troy Baker in the corner and knocked out by Trevon Shelvin.
I'll tell you, Bulldogs playing really good help defense right now.
Steve, who do you think this pace favors at this point?
I don't know, because
that's what I was just thinking
Southwestern averages almost 100 points a game, so you got to think it favors them, but the Bulldogs have played this pace all year.
Criddle now can't catch the ball. Page with a steal. Up the floor. Luamagat pumps, gets his man a jump, and scores. Luamagat with 5, and a timeout taken by Southwestern. 7:43 to go here in this first half. It is McPherson 17, Southwestern 12, and a full timeout. This is McPherson College basketball. McPherson leads Southwestern 17-12 with 7:43 left to go in this first half. Steve Sell, it's been a very wild first half in terms of pace. When I look at the turnover numbers, I would think that it would be a lot higher just because of the pace of this game has been. 6 for Southwestern and 3 for McPherson. That's not the problem. The problem is the amount of missed shots in this first half that has led to that pace.
Well, Southwestern shooting 25% to 27 for the Bulldogs. The Builders 5 of 20. The Bulldogs 6 of 22. Neither team shooting it very well from 3 so far.
Southwestern is 2 for 5 from 3. The Bulldogs are 2 for 8.
And Southwestern hasn't shot a free throw yet.
That's right. 17-12 is McPherson's lead here early. The Bulldogs trying to get to 2-2 in the conference. Southwestern looking to erase that 0 next to their win column. They have yet to win in KCAC play after 4 non-conference wins.
And this is a big game for the Bulldogs as they go to York in their next game, and that is a really tough place to play.
Now a shot with 2 seconds left on the shot clock by Andrew Ham. Follow up by Troy Baker, no good. And there will be a jump ball, possession arrow, or excuse me, they call a timeout, so Southwestern is able to keep the possession.
Yeah, but they've used 2 timeouts now.
They have used 3.
3, so
3 total timeouts in this one.
So Coach O'Brien only has 3 timeouts left, and I'm not sure a timeout was a good deal there because you're going to get a million more possessions in this game, and give one up there, to take a timeout for that seemed kind of like a waste.
Well, again, my question, Steve, who does this pace favor? Because I really don't know.
I don't either. I really don't, because it looks like both teams just want to play at a supersonic pace.
Because part of me says, okay, Southwestern is so big, and that a little slower pace, or at least just a crazy pace, favors the team that's bigger and is able to just get to the basket.
And Southwestern's huge. I mean, the Bulldogs holding their own on the glass, only one down in rebounding, which is really pretty amazing.
Inbound to Troy Baker. Now they'll give off to Jaron White, senior from San Antonio. Left wing Ahmad Pratt, man from the Bahamas. 6 to shoot. Ham dumps it down to the baseline. Baker has to shoot and gets it to go with 1 on the shot clock. Troy Baker with his first basket makes it a 3-point game.
Yeah, we were talking before the game. We thought this game could be in the hundreds, and here they're going to be lucky to be at 30 at the half.
Well, remember last game as Lual Magat is fouled, and the foul is on Dayton McGroarty. Remember, the Bulldogs scored, 58 points in the second half against Tabor last Saturday?
Yeah, 56.
6:39 to go in the first half. So both of these teams, I think, are capable of that.
Exactly.
Lual Magat, they leave him open in the corner, dumps it off Delvon Hightower. Hightower able to score over the top on Noah Webster. That is too easy for Delvon Hightower. Bulldogs lead by 5.
I love Delvon Hightower's game. He is very crafty.
Well, you call it the old man's game.
Yeah,
is that just because you're an old man and you like it?
Exactly. He's got the old man's game.
Cooper Pierce, former Arc City Bulldog in the game. We saw him 2 years ago for Arc City at the state tournament for McPherson High School in 4A Division I. Driving in, Ham gets a shot to go at the rim. That won't go. Lorenzo Martinez, offensive rebound. Kick out 3, Jaron White. That one won't go, but they forget to box out Cooper Pierce.
Well, Southwestern is just so tall, and there's a great move by Ham.
Ham, nice defense by Gage McCoy, but the offense of Andrew Ham too strong. And a timeout taken by Coach Eskildson, who is not happy about the rebounding on that one. 19-16 Bulldogs.
Yeah, Southwestern really starting to assert itself on the glass. Our stats haven't updated because they picked up about 3 rebounds on that last possession. But they're 6'8", 6'9", 6'7". The Bulldogs are like 6'5", 6'4", that kind of size. So anyway, Coach Eskildson, you got to box out. That's what he's telling his guys. You look at that lineup they've got on the floor right now. Pierce is pretty good size. He's
6'4".
He's listed 6'4", but he looks taller than that to me.
And I think that you'll allow giving up some of those rebounds to Ahmad Pratt, to Lorenzo Martinez, some of those 6'9", 6'8" guys, but you don't want to give up that offensive board to Cooper Pierce. Fred Watts drives in and scores. Fred Watts rips it right to the basket. He's got 5, and the lead is 5. Suddenly the scoring starting to pick up.
Well, we knew it would. It's just a matter of time.
Cooper Pierce back to Jaron White on the wing. Give it off to Noah Webster. Webster right in, fouled, and is able to not score as it rims it and out. Noah Webster will go to the free throw line for 2. Fouls on Delvon Hightower.
And you and I have seen plenty of Noah Webster in his career playing at Buhler against the Bullpups, and those were just, you talk about intense games. When McPherson and Buhler get together, that is like the rivalry like none other.
Well, how many of the Bullpups won in a row against Buhler? Like 180? More like 23.
Well, like Dennis Walgren used to say, I asked him, I said, man, you guys just keep coming up just a little short in this rivalry. And he goes, what rivalry? He says, the other team has to win for it to be a rivalry. It's not a rivalry until, both teams are winning consistently.
Well, Noah Webster makes both. Fred Watts takes it right to the hole and scores again. Fred Watts has got 7 and a chance at a 3-point play as the foul is on Andrew
Fred
Ham.
has figured out he can take his defender off the dribble, getting to the basket. He's 6'5", very muscular. Fred Watts having a great start to his season.
Leads the team in scoring at 15 points per game. Also at 8 rebounds per game and an 81% free throw shooter. That one is money.
And he spoke in glowing terms when we had him on our show on Wednesday. TJ Eskildson, the MAC coach, he says, I would run through a brick wall for that man.
I think a lot of these guys would.
Yeah, they have really bought in what TJ's pitching to them.
24-18, here's Webster. Drives to the basket. Webster can't get it to go from short range, but gets his own miss.
Wow. Can't give up those kind of offensive rebounds. And we're going to see McCrary back in.
Yeah, you could tell Coach Eskleton not happy about that. Webster is fouled again and will go back to the free throw line for two, where he just went 2 for 2. Foul is on Dorian Page. And another quick story about Noah Webster. And you've seen a lot of him, Steve, being a former Buhler Crusader right down the road in league play with McPherson High. Webster, in his senior year against the Bullpups in 2016, as he makes that first, he scored 18 points in the first game, going up against the former Mac College Bulldog great Kurt Kinnaman and his team. And one thing that Coach Kinnaman is great at scouting your opponent's best player. The second time they met that year, he scored just 2 points.
Yep.
And they always find ways to take away your best weapon, as Webster's 4 for 4 at the free throw line.
Yeah, but he can really score. I'll tell you, he's a good player.
He found ways to win, and he's spent plenty of time playing games here in McPherson. Delvon Hightower works to the rim and scores. Delvon Hightower with 6, all of them working right to the basket.
Well, Hightower and Watts are getting themselves to the basket and finishing strong.
26-20, both those guys just 6'3" as well. Can't leave Justin Criddle open. He misses the 3, and a rebound for Delvon Hightower. That's his first board. Delvon drives in, gets his shot blocked by Noah Webster. Back to Watts. Fred Watts tries to dump it off for Miles McCrary, but the pass was at his feet, taken away by Justin Criddle, who has yet to score. Now another open 3. That one missed by Andrew Ham, and a rebound for Fred Watts.
And for one of the few times, TJ Eskleton told Dorian Page to pump the brakes.
Slow down.
He wants to get into the half court because I think he realizes Fred Watts and Hightower have an advantage, and they're going to work.
How about a Dorian Page 3? That one missed a short rebound by Noah Webster.
And the Bulldogs taking a lot less threes than they're used to taking.
Saved in the corner by Andrew Ham. 3:25 to go first half, 26-20 Bulldogs. Cooper Pierce tripped on his way in, and they'll call a block on Miles McCrary, which I think was the good call.
It was. You know, we thought this would just be an absolute three-point shootout, and when you look at it, the teams aren't taking that many threes. Both of them have made just 2. Normally, you know, the Bulldogs have had games where they've taken 40, and so far tonight they've only taken 8.
So Cooper Pierce will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 here. 26-20 Bulldogs, 3:20 left to go first half.
I got a feeling the pace is going to really pick up in the second half.
I think so too. For those of you that took the over out in Las Vegas, you're in danger right now, but give it time. Cooper Pierce makes the first.
Well, Southwestern getting back into the game at the free throw line.
Pierce, the former Ark City High School Bulldog, scoring 2 points per game, but 5 rebounds per game so far this season, and he misses the second. Lead is 5, 26-21. Rivers hands off Dorian Page. Page gets to the rim and scores with a finger roll. Dorian Page has got 5, and the lead is 7.
I don't think anyone expected the Bulldogs to be able to score inside.
And take it right to the basket.
Yeah, they are really taking it hard.
They have held Justin Criddle to 0 points as well in this game. They dump it inside. Dorian Page leaps and knocks the ball out of bounds away from Quentin Wallace.
And they exchange one tall player for another tall player.
Well, they're all tall.
They are all tall.
Troy Baker comes in.
Other than Bethany, I don't know if there will be a taller team when Bethany gets Mookie Duncan back.
Troy Baker, top of the circle, back into the corner. Andrew Ham with 7 to shoot. Ham on the left block, passes through, and it's stolen by Miles McCrary. Great job defensively by McCrary. Here's Shelvin, pull up 3 in transition, in and out. Offensive rebound, Fred Watts, and the stuff back. And the official has blown the whistle in a timeout taken by Southwestern. The Builders have taken 4 first-half timeouts. Fred Watts, a man on a mission inside with 10 points. Fred also with 6 rebounds, 30-21 Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the Bulldogs have kind of let some of the, lead that they had, their early lead, get away. Now they built it back up. Remember, McPherson College scored the first 10 points in this game.
30-21 Bulldogs. And Southwestern and Coach Matt O'Brien is very frustrated with the way his team is rebounding. Both coaches are frustrated with the rebounding, which is funny that they're both mad about it, which means both of them are doing good things as well.
I think TJ has to be just thrilled the way they are getting inside scoring. Fred Watts, Delvon Hightower, those two guys have really gone to work on the inside.
But remember, Steve, this is a Southwestern team that is still trying to learn how to play without Cameron Hunt. When you have a player like that on your team, I'll make the comparison. Cameron Hunt is LeBron James. When LeBron James leaves the Cleveland Cavaliers, well, things are different. It doesn't mean that the Cavaliers are bad, but it means you have to learn how to do things differently.
But Cameron Hunt had a better supporting cast at Southwestern that has returned.
That's true.
Than LeBron, left in Cleveland.
He left them a little decimated in Cleveland.
Yeah, but Southwestern, they got a ton of guys back from last year. It's just they don't have the guy.
Cameron Hunt was the guy.
Oh, man, I tell you, he was Adrees, Jordan Murdoch, Cameron Hunt. Those three guys are as good as anybody I've ever seen in the KCAC.
When you score 21 points per game in your career, you are pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Troy Baker passes up top. Justin Criddle still has not scored. The team's leader in points per game at 20 has yet to score. Driving in, Darius Johnson misses the runner. Rebound by Miles McCrary.
Strong rebound by the freshman. You get him a year in the weight room, Miles McCrary, he is going to be an absolute beast.
Not only has Justin Criddle not scored, he only has 1 assist and averages 10 a game. Dorian Page, floater won't go. Rebound back into the hands of Page. Rivers swings it around. Shelvin pumps on a 3. Now gets it back to Fred Watts. Fred tries to pull up from the free throw line, and there was a hand in there from Troy Baker, but they'll say out of bounds off Watts.
Yeah, ball just kind of slipped out of his hands, but give Miles McCrary credit there. He kept that alive.
Like I mentioned, Criddle with no points and just 1 assist. And now he is bumped, and they'll give him a 1-and-1 opportunity. A guy that is a 94% free throw shooter. He is 30 of 32 so far this year. So, Steve, are you thinking he's going to make both?
I've already put him down as 2 for 2.
Justin Criddle, former Paola High School Panther, former Butler County Grizzly.
Man, have they done Bulldogs done a good job on him so far.
First of the 1-and-1 is good. That is his first point of the game.
And he shoots it kind of flat-footed. He doesn't get up on his toes. He shot that first one flat-footed at least.
Second one coming up for Justin Criddle. And they blew the horn. He made it as they had a sub at the last minute. But remember, the rule in college basketball is different now, that if you bring in a sub before the first free throw is thrown up, you have to wait until after the second free throw.
I don't like that rule.
So Criddle will have to make this one again. We'll see if the Bulldogs did a good job of icing the free throw shooter. And he misses. 94% free throw shooter misses. Goes 1 for 2, drives it in, and now has the easy 2.
So that really, his miss worked out well for Southwestern. Now, if you're the Bulldogs, you do not want to undo all this good work here in the last minute and a half.
Pass up top by Josh Rivers to Trevon Shelvin. Minute 15 to go in the half. 30-24. Trying to work it inside for Fred Watts. Matched up on Lorenzo Martinez. Nice move. Fred gets it to go. Fred Watts with 12 points going to work inside. Justin Criddle spinning in. Criddle to the basket. Great defense, but Criddle too good at scoring. He scored 5 points in the last 20 seconds. McCrary dribbles in. Shot is blocked by Troy Baker. Southwestern can try for the 2 for 1. Justin Criddle, nice move.
Criddle feeling it now.
Criddle goes up, ball knocked out of bounds off of the Bulldogs, and Southwestern's got it with 21 to shoot.
Yeah, Criddle really starting to feel it now. He's averaging 20 points a game, but he has scored 6 here in the last 35 seconds.
Criddle the inbound on the baseline. Gets it back inside. Andrew Ham spins around, won't go, and another rebound by Fred Watts. 12 points and 7 rebounds.
Yeah, you got about a 5-second differential. If you're the Bulldogs, you want to take this clock down.
Try 7. 20 to shoot. Shelvin dribbling out by the half-court stripe. What a great half this Bulldog team has played defensively, holding a team that averages 99 points per game to just 26 so far. Shelvin a three. That one is no good.
Hit out of bounds.
They'll say a foul on the rebound on Grant Munson.
Oh, man, that's a bad foul because now they get 2 shots here.
1 and 1.
Okay, that's the 9th foul.
So foul on Munson.
Foul the wrong guy, though.
And that will put Noah Webster to the line, 80% from the line at 8 for 10 this season.
Bulldogs had an 8-point lead, and now they're in danger of maybe only being up 4 at the half.
10.5 seconds left. 32-26. Webster, who's 4 for 4 tonight, misses the front end of the 1 and 1.
There was a foul.
Rebound Grant Munson, 8 seconds to go in the half. Bulldogs lead by 6. McCoy to Josh Rivers. Rivers drives, throws up a shot. He is fouled, and with 1.6 left to go in the half, Josh Rivers will go to the line for 2. Foul is on Lorenzo Martinez, his second. Team foul number 7.
And that was just pure Josh Rivers speed. I'll tell you what, he just flew to the basket.
Josh Rivers has yet to score in this game, the sophomore from Midwest City, Oklahoma. And now he misses the first.
Yeah, he doesn't miss very often. That's unusual for him.
Bulldogs 4 for 6 at the line. Southwestern 6 out of 9. Not a ton of free throws in this game so far. 32-26, second one. Also no good. Rebound Lorenzo Martinez. Criddle fires one from the baseline, and that will do it for half number 1 and improve to 2-2 in KCAC play. And like we mentioned, Steve, the Southwestern team is still over in conference play, and they are dying for win number 1.
Yeah, and I'm just amazed. You look at the talent they have on the floor for whatever reason so far. It has just not clicked, but I'm telling you, before the year's over, this will be a top 3 team in the KCAC. They're going to have to knock off some of the good teams, but if they win tonight, I think they're going to get on a roll.
Dorian Page, Cameron Jenkins, Lual Magat, Fred Watts, and Delvon Hightower, the 5 to start for the Bulldogs. Fred Watts trying to pick up right where he left off. Fred underneath, no. Offensive rebound for the moment for Lual Magat, but hits off his foot and into the hands of Troy Baker. Troy Baker, Justin Criddle, Ahmad Pratt, Lorenzo Martinez, as well as Andrew Ham, 5 starters for Southwestern.
And Andrew Ham averages 19, and he scored 7 in the first half.
Back to Ham in the corner. Up top, Justin Criddle being defended by Dorian Page. One of the pick and roll. Not there. Ham drives in. Little 7-footer is good. Andrew Ham now leads the Builders with 9, 32-28. Dorian Page gives it off to Fred Watts, who had 12 and 7 in the first half. Delvon Hightower cuts to the top, trying to get open. Delvon pops from the free throw line. Hightower off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Troy Baker. So Southwestern with back-to-back stops, trying to make it back-to-back scores. Criddle with a dribble handoff. Ham and a moving screen on Justin Criddle after passing the basketball.
Yeah, and he's not going to argue that one. Easy call.
His first foul, team foul number 1 on the Builders here in the second half.
See our friend Dollar Dave Barrett in the house. Of course, he works here at McPherson College, has for a long time. Real good guy.
Dorian Page hesitates. Left-handed floater won't go, and a rebound again for Troy Baker.
Yeah, so far not good shots to start this half for the Bulldogs.
He averages 7 rebounds per game, already has 8 in this one. Back into the corner, Baker pumps from 3. Back up top, Ahmad Pratt swinging it around Criddle. Nice defense by Cameron Jenkins over on the far wing. Back to Criddle with 10 to shoot. Criddle with a mismatch. Back to Baker, trailing 3 to make it a 1-point game. No, and a rebound for Fred Watts, his 8th. Here's Lual Magat dribbling in. Lual Magat right to the rim, and he's fouled by Troy Baker. Magat will go to the free throw line for 2 on Baker's second foul.
Yeah, that's just a good take that time by Lual Magat. He went up against a taller guy, used his body to shield himself. Easy call by Mark Wagers.
So Baker calling for the foul. Steve, speaking of Baker, did you see what the Kansas Wesleyan football team did to the Baker Wildcats today?
Mean your Baker Wildcats?
My alma mater.
Your alma mater got lit up. Johnny Photo went wild.
He passed for 5 touchdowns as Kansas Wesleyan advances in the NAI FCS playoffs in football. Nice win for the conference. Really nice win for the KCAC.
Mac just 4 of 8 at the free throw line now.
Second free throw for Lual Magat. No good as well. And a rebound for Ahmad Pratt.
They've missed their last 4 at the line.
The Bulldogs have yet to score here in the second half, 2 minutes in. Justin Criddle in the corner, drives the baseline, and he stepped out of bounds.
Good defense by Dorian Page that time. Bulldogs need to get something going here. They have not, their shot selection not been very good to start the second half.
Here's Dorian Page. Passes back up top, Fred Watts swinging it to the wing. Delvon Hightower spin move, gets smacked down to the floor by Ahmad Pratt, and Delvon Hightower will go to the line for 2.
And the Bulldogs, the games we've seen them at home, they have not shot well at the free throw line at home, but they've shot better on the road, which is very strange.
They are a 70% free throw shooting team on the season. So far in this game, 44%.
And remember, they were 27 of 43 when we had them with Tabor.
That's right. First free throw from Delvon Hightower is good. Delvon was 7. A couple of subs in. Noah Webster as well as Quentin Wallace for Southwestern.
You know, Delvon, he's kind of the gray beard. Delvon, I think he's a little older than maybe most of the other guys, and they really look up to him.
Hightower completes it, makes both. He's got 8 points. Criddle quickly up the floor to Webster. Webster drives the baseline, runs out of room, trying to feed the rock back to Justin Criddle. Nearly a travel, picks up his dribble in the corner, passes one away. Dangerous pass saved by Dorian Page. Pass up the floor, and this one goes off of Criddle as he steps into the second row of the bleachers. Bulldogs have got it.
Yeah, a little sloppy there. You want to get Cameron Jenkins going, though. Just 1 of 4 in the first half. Didn't play very much because he had a couple fouls. There he is.
Trying to get him going. There's a 3 for Cameron Jenkins. He's got 5 points, 37-28. Bulldogs lead by 9. Their largest lead of the game was 10. Now Baker loses it. Delvon Hightower to the floor. Passes for Lualmagat. Dorian Page has got it. Bulldogs have got numbers. Lualmagat to a trailing. Delvon Hightower 3. No. Offensive rebound. Fred Watts goes up. Can't get the roll. And will go to the free throw line for 2.
We had a train wreck down there at the other end of the floor, and you could hear T.J. Eskelson screaming, go, go, because they had numbers.
So Fred Watts goes to the free throw line for 2 more. 81% on the season, 1 for 1 in this game. So that brings him up to 27 out of 33 so far in the year. His first free throw is money.
Fred's just got a real nice stroke. I'll tell you, we had him on the show, our coach's show on Wednesday. What a delightful young man, very polite. Just yes, sir, no, sir, things like that. Raised very well.
Second one, a little short, but gets the roll. 14 points for Fred Watts, the junior from Channelview, Texas, down there in the Houston area. The Bulldogs with their largest lead of the game of 11. 39-28. Justin Criddle trying to get open and get this team going. 3 ball from Andrew Ham, and the response is good. Ham is keeping this Southwestern team alive with a dozen.
He's the only player to score in the second half for Southwestern.
16:40 to go, 39-31. Dorian Page being defended by Justin Criddle. Nice pass. Delvon Hightower drives in, is fouled. Foul is on the floor.
That is 5 fouls on Southwestern. The Bulldogs have yet to foul. Remember, we saw Tabor the other night. The Bulldogs were in the 1-and-1 with like 17 minutes to go in the game. Tabor just went crazy, hacking left and right.
Foul is on Noah Webster. You have 5 fouls on Southwestern, none on the Bulldogs. Approaching 3.5 minutes gone in the first half. Page up top for Delvon Hightower. Works around a Fred Watts screen. Left him open for a moment. Page drives in. Left-handed layup is good. Dorian Page right to the rack. He's got 7.
Boy, a healthy Dorian Page has made such a difference. I remember when they recruited him, they said this is a big-time recruit for us.
Cameron Jenkins almost had the steal, but instead it leaves Andrew Ham open, and he's knocked down his second straight 3, and he's got 15.
And he's got 7 or 8 in the second half.
Dorian Page works around a Lualmagat screen. Page stutters. Page, long 2, no good. Rebound Noah Webster. Webster's pass nearly intercepted by Delvon Hightower, but out of bounds on the far sideline.
Well, I think if you're the Bulldogs, you better find where Andrew Ham is on the floor because he is on fire right now. He is a 6'3" guard out of Alief, Texas.
St. Pius, the 10th high school. Back to Andrew Ham. Jaron White gets it stolen by Dorian Page. Up the floor. Cameron Jenkins lobs it up. Luamaga, the jam! Cameron Jenkins with the lob. Luamaga throws it home with authority. Bulldogs lead by 11.
Yeah, that's an energy play that can really ignite a team.
Magat was 7. Webster trying to answer. Stops in the lane. Passes out for Andrew Ham. Bulldogs lead by 9, 43-34. Math is hard.
It is.
Webster dribbles in, fade away from 12, no. Rebound, Fred Watts, his 10th, another double-double for the junior from Channelview, Texas. Jenkins, a 3, no. Rebound for Luamaga, it goes out of bounds, and it's Bulldog ball.
Man, I'd like to see Jenkins. We haven't seen Jenkins hit 2 in a row since early in the season. I just feel like he just needs to unlock that, the key, unlock that, what he's in. And once he gets going, I think he's going to make a bunch. 43-34.
Into the corner, Luamaga, they leave him open. Can't get this one to go.
That's
and
not a good shot.
Rebound for Dayton McGroarty. Lawal is a 13% three-point shooter on the season, 1 out of 8.
Yeah, I think he's coming out of the game maybe.
Left wing, McGroarty pumps, drives in, stops, passes right to Delvon Hightower. There's the steal, lobs it up the floor. Dorian Page, layup is good. Dorian Page with 9. The Bulldogs lead by 11, 45-34.
And Dorian Page taking over this game.
Justin Criddle. Back into the corner, back to Criddle.
Oh.
3 ball, good.
Can't leave him open.
Justin Criddle now with 8.
And they are starting to really fill it up from 3-point. Their last 3 baskets have been threes.
45-37 Bulldogs, 14 minutes to go. Back to Jenkins. There's a 3, no good. Rebound Webster. Now loses it, but picks it right back up.
Better get on Criddle, he's starting to feel it.
Justin Criddle being defended by Dorian Page, gets the mismatch now, being defended by Fred Watts. Criddle picks up his dribble. Now back to Noah Webster. Webster drives in and scores with his left hand. 45-39. And just like that, the Mound Builders back in this game.
Yeah, Mac was up as many as 10, I believe.
11. They've been up 11 a couple of times.
39-28.
Fred Watts inside, absorbs contact, and a foul called on Southwestern. The 6th on the Builders and none on the Bulldogs. Foul will go on Justin Criddle, his 2nd. So Fred Watts to the line for a pair. 14 points, 10 rebounds for Fred Watts.
Another double-double, and he has been becoming pretty normal at that. Dorian Page, I'll tell you what, he has just really turned things around this year. Got a line change here. Jenkins out, Page out, Shelvin in, Rivers in, Hightower out, McCoy in. Seems like he's pretty much settled on about a 9-man rotation.
Second one for Fred Watts.
Here comes Grant Munson, too, so he'll come in for Lawal Magat. Maybe Fred, I don't know. Yeah, Lawal
in for Lawal Magat. So it's Munson, Shelvin, Watts, McCoy, and Rivers, the 5 on the floor for the Bulldogs. Pierce, Baker, Criddle, Webster, and White, the 5 on the floor for Southwestern. Criddle dribbles in, pass a little behind Troy Baker, but gets it back up top to Jaron White. Criddle just trying to take over this game. Now a 3 from the top, Webster, no. Rebound by Troy Baker, goes up and hammers it home over Grant Munson, and 1. Troy Baker with a chance at a 3-point play.
Troy Baker, again, he's 6'7", about 180 pounds, but he has amazing spring. What a jam. That might be the play that really gets Southwestern going, because he just kind of unfolded his arm. I mean, he is long. He's got 7-foot wingspan, and he's a good free throw shooter too. And he was across the line, but they didn't call it. My goodness. You can't do that, but they did not see it on the free throw. He charged across the line.
Troy Baker with 5 points. The lead for McPherson is 5. Rivers feeling pressure in the backcourt, gets it up the floor. Gage McCoy. Gage McCoy right to the rim, can't get the roll. Rebound Webster.
Gage McCoy is the guy that needs to make a shot, because he has really been struggling lately. Even though he's taken great shots, he just has not been getting anything to go.
Criddle on the miss, Munson on the defense. McCoy thought about a three. Back into the corner, Trevon Shelvin.
The Bulldog bench only had 2 points the first half, so they need something here.
Fred Watts takes it in and gets it to go. Fred Watts has 18 points in this game.
Bulldogs need a stop here. Southwestern on a little bit of a run.
Justin Criddle back to the right wing for Noah Webster. Criddle now back to him. Criddle pulls up from 15, short and off to the right. Rebound Josh Rivers, who hasn't scored yet in this game. Back to a cutting Grant Munson, too easy. Great dish by Trevon Shelvin. Munson with his first points of the game. Bulldogs back up by 9, 12 to go.
And they're starting to play the pace they really want to play, and Southwestern did not get back that time.
Up top, Webster being defended by Gage McCoy. Webster travels. He got the shot up, but moved those feet. He jump stopped, took another step. Bulldogs get it back. Turnover number 14 on Southwestern, while the Bulldogs just have 5.
Yeah, Bulldogs, the pace they played, only have 5 turnovers. Pretty amazing, and there's a foul.
On Cooper Pearson, that means we are into the bonus. A 1-and-1 coming up for the Bulldogs on the other end of the floor. McPherson with just 1 foul.
And if you're going to be at the free throw line with this much time to go, you need to make them pay here. You need to knock these 2 down. Rivers missed 2 right at the end of the first half, and he almost never misses.
He is an 82% free throw shooter from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Knocks down the first.
Bulldogs have pushed it back out to 10 now.
Rivers had 10 points in the first half of their win over Tabor last Saturday.
He saved them.
And then did not score against Friends.
Short.
Shockingly, and then he misses that free throw, so he's got 1 point. 52-42 Dogs. Criddle, though, goes right to the rim, and they'll call a foul. So Criddle with a chance at a 3-point play.
Yeah, that was just not.
Fouls on Grant Munson.
That was just not very good defense there. They got the blow by, and then on the help, they fouled on the help. So just kind of a bad play all the way around in that situation for the Bulldogs.
52-44, Justin Criddle.
Tell you, if you haven't seen this MAC college team play, McPherson fans, you need to get out because this is a really fun team to watch. They play very hard, have great chemistry, just like Southwestern.
Criddle cannot complete the 3-point play. Remember, he's a 94% free throw shooter and has missed 2 tonight.
Yeah.
Josh Rivers here to Fred Watts. Back to McCoy, trying to seal inside for Munson. They'll go back up top, Rivers. Rivers pulls out from inside the lane. No good. Offensive rebound, Grant Munson. Munson dribbles in. Left-handed shot, gets the roll and one.
I tell you, Grant Munson is playing so hard. He knows he's not going to play, heavy minutes. So he knows when he's out there, he's got to play as hard as he can. Great offensive rebound there. And now Magat comes back in for Fred Watts, Fred's first blow of the night. But you got Munson and Magat inside. Those guys can really crash the offensive boards.
Munson's role has certainly changed since he's been a Bulldog.
Yep.
As a sophomore, he started all but 1 game, averaged 8 points per game, 5 rebounds per. As a junior, just 7 points per game, and this year hasn't started at any, but he has changed his role. He has become a defensive specialist, and he's been a great leader for this Bulldog team with 5 points in the game tonight and an 11-point lead, 55-44, former Manhattan High Indian.
Criddle really trying to muscle Josh Rivers now.
Criddle with a backspin, drives in, up and under, reverse layup, no good. Offensive rebound, Lorenzo Martinez. He spun around and lost his pivot foot, but they didn't see it. He scores and one. We had a great view of it.
Wow. He just walked. He took about 4 steps. I don't know what they were watching there. How do you miss that call? That is the easiest call you have all night. But they did, and you just have to go on to the next play.
So the foul is on Luol Magat, his second. Martinez with 4 points. Yeah, Martinez started outside the lane.
He was doing the Texas 2-step. Ooh, boy, now there's a brutal free throw.
As he misses that one, the senior from Fairfield, California.
I think he's a guy you'll want to foul if you're, trying to get back in the game late.
Well, that was just his 5th attempt of the season. He's 1 for 5. Shelvin, long 2, just inside. Munson wanted to go up, and they will call a foul on Grant Munson. And he was bumping into, I think it was Ahmad Pratt for Southwestern, and didn't really foul him. He just more got hit. It was in the way.
Yeah.
But he's called for a bump.
Well, we've always said Grant Munson seems like he never gets a call, and every time he comes out of the game, he's not pleased with the official.
Well, that one I understand.
I do too. He had a gripe on that one.
10:40 to go, 55-46, as that was Munson's fourth foul.
Now, Criddle has got Rivers on him, and Criddle's got about a 30-pound advantage on him.
Here's a corner three that is knocked down by Andrew Ham, who has 18 points. Andrew Ham is 4 for 5 from three. 55-49. He has kept Southwestern in the game. He has made 4 out of their 6 threes. Hightower, foot on the line, a 2, no. Rebound, Miles McCrary stepping in, and he's fouled and will go to the free throw line for 2. Foul going to go on Lorenzo Martinez, his third. And a timeout taken by the Bulldogs. 10:08 to go, 55-49 McPherson. This is McPherson College basketball. $55-49 here inside the McPherson College Sports Center as the Bulldogs have led the entire game so far and are trying to hold off this very dangerous Southwestern team with 10:08 to go in the game. 55-49 is the lead, and Miles McCrary, the freshman from Arlington, Texas, steps to the line for 2.
And I'm just amazed. I don't know how this Southwestern team can be 0-3 because there is just an incredible amount of talent and size and athleticism on the floor.
And not just that, this is not a team that is used to losing as McCrary knocks down his first.
Miles McCrary has given the Bulldogs some very important minutes with his energy. And look at his feet. He's going to get bigger, I think. He looks like he's got about size 15s, it looks like to me.
Already 3 for 3 at the line and makes it 4 for 4.
Yeah, he's got kind of a strange shot, but it is very effective.
57-49, nearly halfway through this second half. Bulldogs trying to get back to 2-2 in KCAC play. Great defense by Josh Rivers. Luol Magat gets on the floor and will be called for a travel for rolling over.
Yep, that's a good call. You can't. He had the ball. If he had just held his position and got it off, it wouldn't have been a travel. But he turned when he rolled over.
He had it while he was on his belly and then passed while he was on his backside.
Right, you can't do that. Watch Andrew Ham here.
Andrew Ham is on his own, kept Southwestern in this game with 18 points, 4 threes for the senior.
Those are those loose balls, though, that you got to come up with. Coach Eskelson always says if there's a loose ball, we have to get it.
Criddle gets the mismatch. Criddle trying to throw it inside for Lorenzo Martinez, instead back up top. Criddle gets a screen for Martinez. Criddle drives to the basket. Great defense by Luol Magat, but a great finish. An even better finish by Justin Criddle, who's got a dozen.
Magat did everything you could on that play. That was his great individual play.
Delvon Hightower loses it, taken away by Ahmad Pratt. That's just the 7th turnover of the game by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they've handled it well. That was just a ball that just mishandled.
Criddle. Probably a foul on Luol Magat, but they let him get away with it. And Criddle scores back-to-back layups. He's got 4. The lead is 4.
Yeah, you knew Southwestern would not go away. They've got too much. Their season's on the line to me tonight. This is a must-win. Even though we're just the 4th game into the conference, this is the must-win for Southwestern.
Gage McCoy thought about a deep 3. McCoy spinning in, floater in the lane, gets the roll, but a travel will be called.
Ooh, that's a tough call.
And remember, Steve, that Southwestern after this one will play at Sterling, a chance for them to win.
Yeah.
Then they play at home against Oklahoma Wesleyan, and they have had some battles over the last couple of years.
They were the two best teams in the KCAC last year, and Southwestern now a chance to cut it to 1 with a 3. They were down double digits.
57-53. Criddle trying to make it 6 straight points. Long 2 is short. Rebound, Luamagat. Here's Dorian Page. Bulldogs lead by 4, 8:35 to go.
I'll bet if you looked at the plus-minus when Dorian Page is on the floor, the Bulldogs are definitely a big plus.
Dorian Page along 2, no. Rebound tipping around. Grabbed by Ahmad Pratt at first and finally secured by Andrew Ham. Here's Ahmad Pratt into the corner. Jaron White, a 3. It is good. Jaron White has made it a 1-point game with his first basket of the game, and a timeout taken by the Bulldogs. 57-56 with 8:11 to go.
McPherson College with just 3 threes in this game, including the first basket of the game. So they've missed 13 of their last 15. Southwestern starting to get into the game now because of their three-point shooting. They have made 1, 2, 3, 4 in this half, and their stars have gotten going. This was a 52-42 game at the 11:46 mark, so quite a run, a 14-5 run by the Mound Builders.
8:11 to go in a 57-56 game here inside the Sports Center. Steve, on the other side of town today, the Central Christian College Tigers, they were swept by Mid-America Christian, with the women hanging in there close and losing, and then the men falling 91-81 over at Alexander Arena.
Yeah, and Central men started 6-0 in non-conference play, but boy, once they get into that Sooner Athletic Conference, that is the best conference in the country without question. They have like 5 teams ranked in the top 25.
Well, you have John Brown in Siloam Springs, in West Siloam Springs, Oklahoma. Or no, they're in Arkansas. They're in Siloam Springs.
Right.
I get confused because the casino is in West Siloam Springs in Oklahoma.
There you go.
They're 8-0. Mid-America Christian, who the Tigers saw today, is 9-1. Wayland Baptist is 6-1. Langston is 6-2. Southwestern Christian is 5-2. Oklahoma City 6-3. So many good teams in that Sooner Athletic Conference. 8 to go here. Bulldogs lead by 1. They have never trailed in this game. Delvon Hightower floats up a shot, can't get it to go, but is fouled. And will go to the free throw line for 2. That foul puts them into the double bonus the rest of the way. Foul on Noah Webster is second.
Really good move that time by Delvon Hightower again. I always say he's got that old man game. He takes, he tries to get a little bit better shot as the possession goes on, and he missed that one, man. And Bulldogs at the free throw line, what are they, 14 for 21 now.
Delvon Hightower, a 60% free throw shooter on the season, 2 for 3 tonight. 8 points, 2 rebounds for the senior from Bakersfield, California. And gets the second one to go. Bulldogs lead by 2.
Southwestern's never led, but if they hit a 3 here, they take their first lead of the game.
They've been good from 3 tonight, 7 of 15. Justin Criddle, the team's leading scorer. Now to Jaron White. Ham, a corner 3 for the lead. It is good. Andrew Ham has 21 points and is 5 of 6 from 3. Southwestern leads by 1 for the first time in this game.
Well, Coach Eskilson's upset because they're not closing out. There's a great move by Fred Watts.
Fred Watts got hammered on his way in, still gets it to go. Watts now with 20 points in the game. Bulldogs retake the lead.
They are not protecting the shooter, though.
Criddle working on Luamagat. Criddle pulls up from 10, short. Rebound, Luamagat. 7.7 rebounds for the senior from Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, my goodness.
Driving in and losing it
They
underneath.
are just letting them hammer on both ends. They're just letting them play.
Criddle passes back to Jaron White, now back to Criddle. 6:50 to go, and another great showdown here in the KCAC. Every game just seems like it comes down to the wire.
Yeah, it really does.
10 to shoot. Criddle, one-on-one with Dorian Page. Criddle to the rack, floats up, gets it to go. Justin Criddle with 16 points. He averages 20.
And he did nothing until the last minute of the first. He was scoreless until the last minute of the first half.
Dorian Page, they leave him open. They go under on the screen. 3-ball won't go. Rebound out of bounds off of the Bulldogs after being tipped by Troy Baker.
Yeah, wide open shot. Dorian normally knocks that down. Just shot a little flat.
Lorenzo Martinez comes in. Troy Baker will come out.
Man, they can just run in 6'8", 6'7", 6'9", just continuous. The Bulldogs fighting like they can, but they're giving away a ton of size.
6:10 to go. 61-60 Mound Builders. Criddle, shake and bake, drives. Nice defense by Lual Magat. And Lorenzo Martinez tips out the rebound. Criddle drives the baseline. Left-hand shot won't go. Thought he was fouled. Fred Watts with a rebound. That's his 11th of the game.
And he was fouled.
To a trailing Fred Watts. Open look from three for the lead. No. Long rebound by Justin Criddle.
He had too much time that time. He was so wide open.
Now pass is intercepted by Delvon Hightower. 2-on-1. Gives it off. Lual Magat hammered. Could be an intentional foul as Jaron White fouls him on his way up. Lual Magat will have a couple of free throws here.
Almost an intentional foul.
It was close.
It was very close. I would have been good either way they called it.
Yep. So Jaron White picks up his first. Lual Magat with a couple of free throws, one to tie, one to take the lead, or two to take the lead.
Bulldogs they've only scored 9 points in the last 7 minutes, so their pace has definitely slowed down.
They've tied the game at 61. Lual Magat with 8 points.
These are the kinds of games you got to win if you want to contend in the KCAC.
And Southwestern can tell you that. And he misses the second, so we remain tied here inside the Sports Center. 5:30 to go, 61-61. Ahmad Pratt. Oh, and now Southwestern has a tip-off of the fingertips of Justin Criddle.
And Criddle takes the blame for that one.
16 turnovers on the Mound Builders. Criddle with 16 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He normally averages 20, 5, and 10.
He only had 5 points at the half. He's been really good this half. He's as
Dorian
good as any
Page.
guard. He's as good as any guard in the KCAC.
Yeah,
no doubt.
curling around a screen. Delvon Hightower, 3 for the lead. No. Rebound, Fred Watts, and stuff back is good. Fred Watts with 12 rebounds and 22 points.
Oh, he's just a beast.
1 point shy of a career high of 23. And now Criddle is fouled, team foul number 5.
It just seems like Criddle has found an extra gear. It seems like he's having no trouble on the blow-by.
Lual Magat's third, team foul number 5. 4:57 to go, 63-61 Dogs. And now, Troy Baker and Lual Magat exchanging some
pleasantries.
Yeah, I'm sure they're just talking about what they're thankful for Thanksgiving coming up.
Lual Magat says Smith brought his knee up.
Baker
said he brought his knee up into his lower
nether region.
Lower region.
I think they're just talking about what they want for Thanksgiving. And now Dorian Page tips the inbounds and steals it. Dorian Page into a 1-on-3. Page is fouled and will go to the free throw line for 2.
And Ahmad Pratt, he just took a wild swing trying to block that. Fouled Dorian Page. I'll tell you, amazing body control by Dorian Page.
How many 5'8" guys want to go challenge Ahmad Pratt at 6'8" at the rim?
Well, he's
not many.
He's about 185 or 90 pounds, and he is just thick.
Dorian Page makes his first free throw. He has 10 points.
And Pratt really has been hardly a factor tonight.
So far in the game, no points, 5 rebounds, and 4 fouls.
And he averages, I think, almost 13.
13 per game, 6 rebounds per game for Ahmad Pratt, the junior from the Bahamas. And Page can't make the second one.
Man, Bulldogs really struggling to line this half.
Justin Criddle. And the Builders can tie with a 3 with 4:40 to go. Criddle up top, being defended by Dorian Page. Back to Webster. Webster drives in, floats up a shot, and gets it to go. Noah Webster with 7.
Great body control by Webster.
With 8. Dorian Page on the wing, resets. Bulldogs lead by 1. Page passes to Delvon Hightower. Back into the corner, Magat rises up, throws up a shot, is fouled again, and will go to the line for 2.
Yeah. Southwestern is just like flinging. Every time there's a shot go up, they're just taking wild swings, trying to block it. But the Bulldogs have got to start making some free throws. They have halved 1, 2, 3 in a row. They've gone 3 for 6, making one, missing one on these 2-shotters.
Troy Baker picks up his 4th personal foul as Lawal Magat makes the free throw. So Baker with 4 fouls. Also with 4 fouls is Ahmad Pratt, who just went to the bench. Other than that, not much foul trouble for Southwestern. 4 fouls for Grant Munson. That's the only foul trouble for the Bulldogs. Lawal Magat with 3. This to make it a 3-point game for Lawal Magat, who now has 9 points. Make it 10.
I tell you, both teams are just playing incredibly hard. I mean, you got to really hand it to both teams. It's just they are giving it their all.
4:16 to go. Bulldogs lead by 3, 66-63. Oh, what a fun one this has been, Steve. And we say it a lot when it comes to the KCAC. There are no easy games, and probably about 80% of the games in this conference are down to the wire just like this, across the board.
Right.
There are no easy games anywhere.
Well, I think this was about the only 5 o'clock game today? I think everybody else played at 7 tonight.
I don't know why we did 3 and 5 today here.
Well, it's generally the teams that have at least 100 miles, they play 3 and 5 on Saturday. They have to travel 100 miles, and Southwestern right at that 100-mile mark. Bulldogs need a stop here. Southwestern seemingly has scored about every time down the floor here.
66-63 Bulldogs, 4:10 to go. Webster again drives, stops the block. Webster is bumped by Fred Watts. That is Fred's first foul.
And that looked like he could have traveled. Webster is doing an incredible job of getting to the basket, but not on the shot. So next one puts Southwestern in the 1-and-1.
4:06 to go.
See Kyler Kinnaman in the house, former McPherson High standout. A great basketball player at Fort Hays State, earned some MIAA honors while at Fort Hays.
Well, don't slide his football abilities, too.
Yeah.
A multi-sport athlete at Fort Hays State. 4:05 to go. We talked about Justin Criddle and Noah Webster having games against McPherson High in their career. Webster misses the short one there. A lot of the reason those guys lost to McPherson was because of Kinnaman. McCann rises and hammers it home. Lawal Magat jumps off 1 foot and hammers this one through the rim. Criddle drives in, and he's blocked by Dorian Page. My goodness.
We are seeing so much athleticism out here. I'll tell you, both teams just taking it to the rack right now. 3-point shots aren't even part of the offense. It's everything going hard.
68-63, Cameron Jenkins playing tight defense. Got to stay on Andrew Ham. He's made 5 threes tonight. 5 of 6. Criddle loses it for a moment, keeps his dribble. Criddle drives, but a foul will be called on a hand check on Lawal Magat. So 1-1.
I'll tell you, Justin Criddle, big-time player, just a big-time player. He is in the talk for KCAC Player of the Year. TJ Eskelson did not like that call.
Lorenzo Martinez will come in. Troy Baker will come out.
And that's 4 on Lawal Magat, so he's going to come out momentarily because generally if he gets 1, there's a chance he could get a second one. And that would be his 5th if he gets another one. Lawal Magat really playing hard. Is he at double-double tonight? Got to be close.
With 12 points, 7 rebounds.
Okay.
And 2 monster dunks.
I thought he had more rebounds than that. Missed it.
And Justin Criddle, who is an unbelievable free throw shooter, is 1 for 4 in his free throws tonight. Dorian Page nearly loses it, but gets it back. Criddle came in as a 94% free throw shooter, 30 for 32. He's 1 for 4 tonight.
Yeah, amazing.
Dorian Page, 3 from the top, no. Offensive rebound, Delvon Hightower, and a fresh 20. Jenkins rises in, right-handed layup, no. Offensive rebound, Fred Watts. That one won't go. Rebound bouncing around, tip-in won't go. Munson grabs it, and somehow Southwestern comes away with the basketball, and a tie-up will go to the jump ball. Southwestern possession.
Oh, 4 chances there. Jenkins misses the layup, then they missed a tip. Man, what action we are seeing tonight.
Troy Baker in, Lorenzo Martinez comes out.
That would have put the Bulldogs up 7. That would have made it 3 possessions.
2:55 to go, 68-63. Justin Criddle, former Paola Panther, former Butler County Grizzly, trying to put this team on his back. He's got 16 tonight. Criddle drives, dumps it off Baker. Baker, easy one is too easy and good. Troy Baker was 7, 68-65.
It is amazing how long he is. I mean, he is so long. Long arms, great leaping ability.
Dorian Page back to Jenkins. Jenkins drives in, left-handed layup. No, Munson tries the putback and a rebound for Troy Baker. Goes to the ground and travels.
Man, how is there not a foul on those guys going to the basket?
And now Troy Baker, after being called for the travel, sat there and gave the official quite the stare.
He got fouled on that. I mean, they are just letting mayhem go inside now.
68-65 with 2:18 to go. Bulldogs out in front. Munson, they leave him open. A three, it's good! Grant Munson makes his first 3 of the season, and the Bulldogs lead by 6. Criddle drives in, fouled, and one.
I don't know how you can count that. The foul is on the floor, and that's what TJ Eskilston is losing his mind, because that is on the floor. This is not the NBA, and Terry Savoy is getting a earful from Eskilston, and with good reason. He bumped him before he even started going to the basket.
Foul is on Dorian Page, his 3rd. Free throw from Criddle is good.
Oh, that's huge. Again, man, we have seen some kind of odd calls here, both ways down the stretch. I mean, Troy got just absolutely hammered where he got called for the traveling there.
71-68 with 2 to go. Buckle up. Dorian Page and the Bulldogs trying to slow down this crazy pace. Dorian Page works around a Munson screen. Dorian back to the top, Fred Watts. Fred drives in, throws up a shot, no. Munson with an offensive rebound.
Traveled.
And wait. Oh, they're going to get bailed out because they reset the shot clock and it didn't hit the rim. It missed long, so they will put 5 seconds on the shot clock, and I think they avoided a travel.
Yeah. Munson traveled, I think, didn't he?
I thought he did.
Yeah, I did too. They got to get Luau Magat back in.
So they haven't reset the shot clock from where it was. Now they have. It's down to 5. 71-68 Bulldogs. How about a 3?
You just got to take it to the basket right here. Just put your head down and go.
Dorian Page inbounds. Gets it into Luau Magat, cutting to the basket. Fred Watts from 15. It's good! Fred Watts with a career high, 24 points. The Bulldogs lead by 5.
Do not give up a 3. Do not give up.
Look at the defense by Dorian Page. Rips it away from Justin Criddle. And now they'll call a foul on Page. Criddle going to the line for a 1-and-1. Page with his 4th personal foul.
That's a really hard, really tough call. But TJ Eskilston feeling like he is really getting the short end of it here in the last 5 minutes.
Justin Criddle, a 94% free throw shooter who is 2 for 5 tonight, steps to the line for a 1-and-1. And misses again, but an offensive rebound. He's got to look at a 3. No good. Fighting for the rebound underneath, and a foul called on Lorenzo Martinez on Southwestern, his 4th. And Luau Magat will have 2 free throws.
And Luau, normally a very good free throw shooter. And this is huge because he makes both these. Even 2 threes doesn't get you even.
1:20 to go, 73-68. Luau is 4 of 8 at the free throw line in this game.
Which is unusual because he's normally pretty good.
He has 2 free throws coming up.
And I don't know what we got. Luau's
I don't know either.
He's getting some adjustment on his wrap, so on his wrist. He's good. He says, I'm good to go. He did a little shimmy there at the line.
73-68, first of two for Lawal-Magatte.
Needs at least make one, that's for sure.
Good.
Wow, what an intense game.
You think these teams want this one?
Wow. Well, Southwestern's season to me is on the line. I really believe that.
Well, the good thing is they still have 20 more conference games after this one.
Yeah, but they would be 4 games back 2 weeks into the season. That is a pretty big hole to climb out of.
Second one for Lawal-Magatte to make it a 6-point game, 1:20 to go. It's good.
Huge.
Gage McCoy will check in for Cameron Jenkins, the offense to defense substitution. What a game for Lawal-Magatte with 14 points. Fred Watts with a career-high 24 and 14 rebounds.
Don't give up a three.
Justin Criddles dribbling in, leaves it short. Rebound on the floor. Troy Baker's got it, spinning around. The possession arrow is in favor of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Southwestern needed to call time there. Jenkins going to come back in. We're going offense-defense here. I'll tell you, these teams are just, I don't know what's going on.
Dorian Page is down.
I don't know.
Gage McCoy out, Cameron Jenkins in.
Dorian Page, I think, is just exhausted.
We'll have to see the numbers here at the end of the game and how many minutes he has played.
And, you know, they don't want to play him a lot of minutes because he's got that chronic knee problem.
Fred Watts the inbound, finds Dorian Page. Page double teamed, worked his way through. Now to Cameron Jenkins, lobs it and it gets swatted. Page drives back in, off the window, it's good! Dorian Page has got a dozen, and the Bulldogs lead by 9, 55 seconds left. Criddle pumps on a three. Southwestern running out of time. Webster steps in and gets the roll.
You have got to be kidding me.
What a shot by Noah Webster. He's got 10 points.
You didn't want to give up a three, but you didn't want to give up a basket and foul.
And Dorian Page has fouled out of the game. What a game he played tonight.
I'll tell you, Noah Webster has made some really incredible shots tonight. They really need a missed free throw right here if you're the Bulldogs. And for Mount Southwestern, you need a made free throw.
77-70. Webster misses. Offensive rebound and put back by Troy Baker. Well, Steve, I think you can take that comment back. I think you'd rather have made that than the 2 points. 77.
How do you let that happen, though? You cannot.
Now 72.
You cannot let that happen. That is just inexcusable if you're if you're the Bulldogs.
Now, am I crazy that it should be 77-72?
It's 77-72.
They haven't added that on the scoreboard yet.
So it's a 4-point possession. That was a 4-point possession there.
And 47 seconds remaining. Now they've got it, 77-72.
Man, you couldn't have had a worse possession if you're a Bulldog fan because.
Well, what do we say, Steve? Coach Kinnaman always tells us offensive rebounds on missed free throws.
And I saw him sitting over there with young son Kyler, like going, offensive rebounds will get you beat if you don't. How many offensive rebounds does Southwestern have tonight?
17.
Wow, that is a ton.
But the rebounding battle is